So good morning from a very bleak looking Fife. So this morning I have Phil from Mobile Motorcycle Service and Repairs coming over to do my yearly service. Still not something I trust myself to do. This is a bit of a different one for the channel in terms I'm doing something to camera, which I hate. But yeah, so the Tiger 800 is getting 16,000 mile service, and to be honest, I got this bike about just under 2 years ago in November actually, and having just passed my test, and yeah, she has been pretty faultless, to be honest. Bought her with 7,000 miles on the clock. She now has 16,500 in just under 2 years. So yeah, I mean, genuinely, first bike, can't complain. Absolutely fantastic as a first bike. And yeah, Phil has looked after her since I got her. She needed a service as soon as I bought her. Some panniers there, and my replacement beak, which I fitted the other night. That chunk came out from waving to another motorbike, and the pillion passenger waved, and we think their mobile phone came flying at me. This was when we were in Ireland last year. So I have now replaced the beak at vast expense from Triumph, but worth doing. It was annoying me. I managed to go pretty much a year without doing it, but yep. Other things that have changed, not much. I have invested in this Carparide 702 and 702 Pro. So Phil have asked today, I fitted that, and it has, as you may hopefully be able to see, I ended up going with the Evotech mount for the Triumph 800, and really easy to do. I basically just had to take off the screen and refit the Evotech mount into the bolts that are there. Took me, because I'm a muppet and about as mechanically minded as a librarian. I'm doing librarians injustice there, but yes, anyway, even I managed that. So I had it running this week, running off the USB, and the USB, just as you will know, goes into the DIN port down there. And that's been working brilliantly. Really impressed with it. For £144, I think it was, special on Amazon, it was a great buy. The Evotech mount was 80 something pounds, including delivery, I think. So not cheap given the cost of the system, but it is a superb mount, really well made, good quality, great service from Evotech, and yeah, mustn't grumble. Came by DHL, 48 hours. So yeah, great service from them. What else? I have put some new tyres on the bike. We are off to Ireland, and I went for the Continental Max Attack 3s, I think they are. So these have been on the bike for probably 300-400 miles now. And yeah, there we go. Continental Attack 3s. I don't think there's any Max in them, David, but there you go. So front and backs. And those I got from Ewan Scorpion Tyres in Dundee. Great guy. He's also done my tyres since I got the bike. Find somebody local, support them. Delivers a great service out of his garage in Dundee. So yeah, please do give Ewan Scorpion Tyres a shout. Tyres, these on the old Tiger 800 were not cheap. So basically it failed its MOT about 5 months ago, I think it was. And it failed on the fact there was a shudder coming from the front wheel. They diagnosed that as needing new discs. So I did discs and pads. And what else did I do? Discs and pads. I can't remember. I think there was something else. I did the rear pads, which still got a decent chunky bit of life on them. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, all in all, bike's in great shape. Mechanically, it's in great shape, and Phil will. I really like Phil. The reason I chose him, as usual, I did lastminute.com and struggled to find anyone that would fit me in. There's no Triumph dealership anywhere nearby unless I head through to Edinburgh, I think. Tried some of the local garages, they all had big waiting lists, and contacted Phil, who was highly recommended on the Facebook groups, and he is a mobile specialist, and yeah, there we go. Mobile motorcycle service and repairs. That was a shocking screenshot, but anyway. So yeah, Phil comes to your house or your work, wherever, and in the back of his van he has all the tools he needs to service your bike. Now, I have actually just purchased a Haynes manual. I suspect that may be a bit of a waste for me, but I have also purchased a big toolkit, which, again, great price on Amazon, has hopefully everything I need, which I've already been putting into use, fitting that mount. And this is, by the way, from a man who has an IKEA toolkit. So I've got all the sockets I need, really good quality actually. Was 70 something quid on Amazon. Good reviews. So yeah, recommending Von Haus as a good toolkit for somebody basic like me. I'm never going to do anything that's particularly challenging, but good to be able to get around the bike and fix some stuff. So I put the new beak on, which basically just involved taking off various, one difficult to get to, one down here, which you can see my finger, and then taking those off on clips. I thought I might be able to actually just pull this front beak part off, but no, you have to disassemble the whole bit down the side there. Anything else before Phil comes and works his magic? Exhaust. Did some Hammerite on that. It's starting to rust, and also noticed paint is flaking at the back there, so maybe a new exhaust. Honestly, from what I can tell, all the exhausts in the Tiger 800 don't sound amazing, but I may give it a shot and just put a new one on. Chat about maybe some headers as well, but we'll see. So yeah, off to Ireland. Those that follow the channel will know that we did Ireland last year, and yeah, so there's 4 of us doing it this year. Alex, Ed, myself and Andy again, who I did it with last year. I wanted to go further afield, maybe do Norway, but upon looking at the planning for that, you basically need about 6 weeks to do it properly, and nobody was getting sign off for 6 weeks. So we are doing Ireland again, which, no bad thing. We had a great trip last year. Bit more planning this year. We are getting off the ferry and we are heading anti-clockwise this time. So some of the great passes that we did last year, you'll see on the channel there's 4, maybe 5 videos of the trip. So yeah, Wild Atlantic Way, taking in some of the best bits again, but as I say, going anti-clockwise, so getting off the ferry and turning right and basically following the coast. So yeah, hopefully the weather is a bit better than this. Forecast says we are due really heavy rain on the Sunday. We leave on Friday the 5th, so this Friday coming. I'm going to be honest, you know, I pack for a summer holiday and I can do it the night before, which really frustrates my partner Susie. I've been tinkering with the bike, ordering more stuff than I need, and the usual getting ready for a lad's trip. Much excitement. Already started packing a couple of days ago. Be good to get the panniers back on the bike. Took it out for a wee blast yesterday, and yeah. So well, hopefully vlog again this year. I know the Ireland videos really didn't do well in terms of views, and A, I don't have a big subscriber base, but B, we did the North Coast 500 and day 1 video was up at like 10,000 views. So yeah, I guess it's just popularity. More people are coming to Scotland from abroad, more people in Scotland are doing North Coast 500. But actually, you know, I would say the Wild Atlantic Way and doing sort of certainly the west coast of Ireland and down to the sort of south, sort of Killarney direction, definite must do. So if you've not looked at doing it, then highly recommend you do. Anything else update wise? Otherwise this is going to turn into a rambling blog where I show you lots of pictures of my bike. I think that's genuinely it. I'm going to see if Phil will be okay with me filming him, and then maybe do a quick video on that. So last service was at 12,000 miles. It was a biggie, and I asked him to do valve clearance. Much debate on Tiger forums about whether a valve clearance is actually needed or not. He said they were all fine. I think in one of my videos last year, I showed you the picture Phil sent me of the air filter on this, which looked like it had never been changed. So yeah, hopefully this time just a straightforward service. Hard wire the carpuride into the battery. One thing that happened, I can't remember whether it was Ireland or North Coast 500, but a bit of rain and my USB adapter into the DIN plug stopped functioning. So bought another one of those. We'll have the usual bag of vlogging kit taking up probably the whole of my top box. But yeah, looking forward to it. We leave Friday morning. I leave here about 6 a.m. and ferry is at 11:30 from Cairnryan, and then we get into Belfast about 1:45, and yeah, off we go. So we have booked to stay in a place called, I'm going to murder this, Ballybuffet. I am assured by somebody at work that's Irish that it's Ballybuffet. It looks like Ballyboffy, but we've got a little Airbnb there for the first night. So yes, that'll be Friday, and then basically just anti-clockwise around Ireland for Saturday, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. Monday is looking like a cracking day in terms of doing a lot of the passes down in the south. And then we are on Tuesday basically just doing what we did last year, Calimoto, and ripping up the middle of Ireland. No particular routes, just set it for Belfast, twisties, and see where we get to. So yeah, looking forward to that. I'm also been doing my IAM Road Smart course, so Institute of Advanced Motorists, and the riding there. As you know, I've only been riding for coming up for 2 years in November, and thought it was a good idea. I did one of the sort of police one-day courses, and Jason from IAM Fife Group was there, and he basically encouraged us to have a look at doing our advanced test, and that's what we've been studying for. It's probably do a separate video on that for those. I know there's two schools of thought about IAM. There's lovers and there's those that do not love. But actually, do you know what? Been doing it for safety, just to get more experience, become a better rider, and I genuinely think over the last 2-3 months now, I think it is, I think we've been out 5-6 times now, and it's really taught me a lot. I appreciate there's people out there that will have been riding for 20, 30, 40 years and, you know, probably very experienced, but certainly for me as a new rider, the IAM stuff's been brilliant. So Jason, our observer, has been fantastic, and we are apparently mock test ready. I say we, Alex and I have ended up doing this together, and Jason's organised it such that when we go out, we tend to go out on a Friday with Jason after work and do 4 or 5 hours. So yeah, it's been really good. Mock test ready. We did, I think, we did a trip down to the Scottish borders, and left here at 7:30, got back here about 10 to 7, so it was a long old day last Saturday. But again, just really, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of cake and a lot of coffee, but yeah, great trip. So, but putting into practice everything we've been learning and following the system of IPSCA, so information, positioning, system, speed, gear, and acceleration. Just remembering all those and thinking about them in that order. Yeah, so that's about it for me. Hopefully the editing doesn't overwhelm me as it tends to do, and I get frustrated and realise my editing skills are still pants. So I will hopefully have this video up, maybe one just quickly with Phil, sort of documenting the service. I know most people can service their own bikes, so maybe one day I will follow suit. But until then, quite happy with Phil just owning my bike and doing a great job on it. And yeah, get some videos of Ireland up, and they can have their usual paltry couple of 100 views. But memories for me, memories for the guys. Yeah, a good laugh doing Ireland again with 4 of us. So yeah, fingers crossed for some better weather. Alrighty, thanks guys, cheers. So as expected, I didn't end up doing a separate vlog with Phil. He arrived, put my bike into the back of the van, pissing it down, and yeah, got straight to work. Obviously oil and filter change, but he also does a health check and clean my chain for me, which is always welcome. And yeah, we were done. Fitted the hardwired the carparide, and yeah, good to go. Great service as always, very reasonably priced, and convenience factor that there he is on the driveway. Does it all in his van. Great service. Thanks again, Phil.